Today we're making triple berry fluff macarons. What's fluff, you ask? Well, let's find out. Sift your almond flour and powdered sugar together 3 times. Or if you don't care about getting smooth shells, 2 times. Put your egg whites in the bowl of a stand mixer and put that on to medium-low speed till it's frothy. Then add a pinch of cream of tartar without stopping the mixer. Then once you see lines in there and it's like a little frothier, add your granulated sugar without stopping it. Then turn that up to high speed, as high as it'll go, and let that go until stiff peaks. And you want to check it when it starts to get real smooth and you see it starts to pull away from the bowl. That doesn't look like it's ready. See, that's not ready, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to this video and I explain all of that and tell you exactly when your meringue is ready. So turn that back up to high speed and let that go until you see how it's just a clump around the whisk. And it should really be hard to get that through there. See that? It'll come out in a clump. That's what you want. You don't want it really smooth, for this recipe anyway. Yep, see that? Big clumps of meringue. Then you add 1/3 of your dry ingredients and fold 10 times. Then you add another 1/3 of your dry ingredients and fold 10 more times. And if you don't know what folding is, that's also in this video. If you want to see more macaron recipes, hit the subscribe button below and the bell notification next to it, and then you'll be notified every time I come out with a new video. Then add the last 1/3 of your dry ingredients and fold 20 more times. So you add your pink food coloring now and keep folding that until it will ribbon off the spatula. And I've got more details about that over there in that video. It'll get thinner looking, like it'll get jagged on the edges and thinner. So now I've got a piping bag. I use about an 18-inch piping bag, and I put the Wilton number 12 tip, and I've got links for that in the description below. And make sure you're putting all of your batter into the piping bags. And if you've got smaller piping bags, that's fine. Just put them in a couple right away. You don't want this batter to sit at all. Now you're gonna drip some purple, some blue food coloring and kind of tap that around in there. Now you'll see that I've got it kind of all ran down to the bottom. You might want to do this on its side, or else your first macaron's gonna basically be a blob of food coloring. So if you want to avoid that, maybe put this on its side and don't let all the food coloring run to the tip. Now you pour your batter in there and pipe it out onto a tray that's lined with, I like to use a slip mat, but a lot of people like parchment. You can go to this macaron troubleshooting video and I tell you more about why I like slip mat instead of parchment. And I put a guide under it. There's a link in the description to my website, and I've got the guide I use. Now pipe those out. Look at that first one. What? Okay, slam the tray down a couple times pretty hard to get the air bubbles out. Then you're gonna let that dry until the tops are smooth, and not tacky. Like you can touch the top and your finger won't stick to it. That can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 90 minutes. It depends on where you live, and you might have to put a fan on it if it's more humid where you live. Now, after they're dry, then you're gonna bake them and let them cool completely before you take them off the mat. So while you're waiting for that, you can make the filling. In the bowl of a stand mixer, use the paddle attachment, and I've got the marshmallow fluff in there already. Add your room temperature butter and kind of whip those up together until it's just combined. And then you add your cream cheese. And I use cream cheese right out of the fridge. I don't let it soften at all for this because I think it's a better piping consistency. Then get that pretty fluffy. Then you're going to add your powdered sugar and your vanilla extract. This is an easy filling recipe because it's only a couple ingredients, but it's so good. It's like marshmallow cheesecake. Comment below with your craziest macaron idea that you think would taste good. Now for the jam in the inside. So if you have like a 4-berry or a triple berry jam you like, you could use that, but I have these specific strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry jams that I love that I mix together. So just mix even amounts together, or you could use whatever jam you want. Or if you just want a strawberry macaron or a raspberry macaron or like a blueberry macaron, you could just use this fluff on the outside and put whatever jam you want in the middle. Oh, strawberries dipped in this is so good. So you could even use fresh strawberries. That's a good idea. So yeah, so mix that up. And pipe just around the outside of it, because you're gonna put the jam in the middle. And I like a good amount, as much as I can without it spilling over the edge. Then you're gonna put these in the fridge at least overnight, and if you can, 24 hours. After 24 hours, you're gonna let them get to room temperature, then you can eat them. But the fluff and the cheesecake fillings, they don't need as long to mature in the fridge, so these will probably be good after they've matured overnight. There's a link in the description with the full recipe. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something, hit the like button below. Oh, and if you're a macaron baker, join the Michelle's Macarons Facebook group, and it's just full of other macaron bakers sharing their recipes and the macarons they've made. And if you have any questions, if you're making them and they're not turning out, go to the Facebook group, answer the membership questions, and you can be accepted, and then post your questions in there. If you want to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I'll put a link in the description. Check out these other macaron videos. Okay, love you, bye.